What's going on? It's Javan Johnson here. You're watching episode number 110 of About 10 Minutes. How you feeling? How you doing? So, the NBA Finals are set. Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs are going at it again for the second straight year in the finals. And one of the key things to pay attention to is the status of Tony Parker and how effective he's going to be. You know, to see if he's recovered from that injury, to see if he's injured, to see if he's 100%. Tony Parker may be one of the most underrated point guards in the game today and in the game overall as far as like point guards that have won championships. Last year this series was very entertaining, so I mean, the difference this year is, San Antonio has the home court advantage this time, so it should be interesting to see how things play out. So we get an opportunity to see if Miami is going to three-peat or if San Antonio is going to avenge last year's loss, and come back with a championship. So definitely be on the lookout. I'll probably be tweeting about it and whatnot. So it should be interesting to see how this series goes, and really even what happens in the offseason too. Even after this series plays out. I'm hoping the Pistons can get a nice draft pick.
Where you going, what you waiting for? How about we take some time right now to shout and praise the Lord? He's awesome, great, and merciful. I thank God for his grace. He helps me to get back on track if I am out of place. God is my inspiration, I want to be more like him. His righteousness endures forever, he defeated sin. Resist the devil, don't you give in to the enemy. Understand who you are in Christ, know your identity. Trust the Lord with all your heart and have discipline. Don't try to hide anything from God, he knows where you have been. Be careful of what you watch, be careful of what you say. Be careful of what you listen to, read the word and obey the instructions that are written down in the Holy Bible. Put God ahead of everything, people, that is vital. Express your love for Jesus Christ in the way you live your life. Be thankful that he paid the price. What an awesome sacrifice. Shout out praise.
It's important that we're willing to serve, in whatever capacity that God calls us to. I mean, sometimes that could be within a church setting, whether it's helping out in different ministries, getting involved, and then also even outside of a church sometimes. Sometimes it can mean maybe picking somebody up, giving somebody a ride to church. Or maybe it's helping out the senior citizen that lives next door to you who may need help raking their leaves or something like that. It's important that we deny ourselves, I mean, sometimes there could be certain things that we want to do even with our lives, but it's important that we're submitted to Jesus Christ and to go wherever he sends us to go, and to do whatever he sends us to do. And so there's a lot of different opportunities to get involved with different things. I mean, it could be volunteering. If you have a passion for getting involved with youth and young adults, there's opportunities like that. If you have a passion for benevolence, for feeding the hungry, there's opportunities for that. If you have a passion for cleaning and things of that nature, there's opportunities for that. And so it's important for us to be willing to serve. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities throughout the course of a day to serve. The way I look at it is we should do everything to the glory of God. We should give our best effort in everything that we do. So that can be in various situations, and that includes even a job situation. To look at it like, okay, not to just do the bare minimum, like, okay, this is what I'm getting paid for, so this is all I'm going to do. But really looking for opportunities. If you can help out in other areas, take those opportunities, And if you ever find yourself in a position where you want to serve, but you're unsure of what to do, remember, you can always pray. You can always pray and talk to God about it and ask him for wisdom and guidance. So sometimes spending a little bit of extra time with somebody can really have a big impact. And so it's important that we take those opportunities that God gives us to serve, to really be willing to deny ourselves and to take time out of our days to go out and help others and be a blessing to others. We probably all can remember times when people have been a blessing to us, when people have helped us along the way at some point in life. And so it's good to go out and be a blessing to others as well. So in the near future, I'm going to be launching another video series in addition to About 10 Minutes. It's going to focus more on working out, fitness, things of that nature. And one of the key things to remember is when it comes to working out, it's not just what you do while you're working out, but it's what you do before and after you work out as well. And so one of the things I want to talk about today is stretching. Stretching is one of those things that can be overlooked. It can be easy to overlook. You can be ready to get working out, ready to get going. You may just want to get over to a machine or get to jogging or do whatever you're about to do. But stretching is a very important thing. And even for me personally, my style of stretching has changed. And you may be thinking your style of stretching. Back when I was younger, I did more of a traditional style stretch where, like, for instance, if I was stretching my arms, it would be more like something like this or, something like this. But then more recently, I started doing what some people may call dynamic stretching. So a dynamic stretching is more so doing like these. And I'll talk more about dynamic stretching and things like that on the other video series. Stretching is a very important thing. Flexibility is important, especially depending on what your goals are. Like for instance, if you're trying to increase your vertical jump, flexibility is important with something like that. So stretching should be included even within your vertical workout. That should be something that you factor in even into your workout when you're trying to increase your vertical jumps. Another thing is obviously what we eat, what we put into our body. And so something to keep in mind is what are we eating during snack time, during snacks, what are we eating during those snack times, during the downtime in between meals. So one thing we can eat, is fruit. And it's not only limited to this, but I mean, there's different types of fruits. I mean, there's apples, there's bananas, there's grapes. If you had that sweet tooth, you still can get the sweetness out of it, but it has some nutritional value to it. Another thing I like is trail mix. Sometimes, you know, you can get the dry fruit within the trail mix. And trail mix, you know, there's a lot of different types of trail mix, but I mean, you know, generally trail mix is gonna have some type of nuts in there, maybe like peanuts or cashews or something like that. So you can get some protein out of that, and then they may have something sweet like dried fruit. So that's something else to keep in mind. And then also, this is probably one of my favorite like nutritional type bars. It's the Power Bar Cookies and Cream Caramel Crisp. This particular one has 12 grams of protein, so this may be something you want to take after your workout. This is even something you can have even as an alternative to a traditional type of candy bar. And there's a lot of other types of bars besides just the Power Bar. There's a lot of other brands, I mean, so you can go and look and see what it is you like. Another thing, vitamin water. Now, vitamin water is something, you know, I've had on and off in the past, but it's like, lately, it's like I've been on vitamin water. It's like I've been on a vitamin water kick. There's Gatorade, there's Powerade, there's things like that. And then there's also the fruit smoothie style drinks. So there's actually some things you can get that are sweet, that have some nutritional value to it. And I'll go into more detail on these things, even with the future video series. So be on the lookout for it. But definitely remember, stretching is important, and the things that we eat and we put in our body, those things are important as well. So I want to thank you for watching episode number 110 of About 10 Minutes. Have a blessed week.